Everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MGS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, I thank you. Non-subscribers, I'm hoping to tease you into pushing that button. This past fall, I completed my 38th year coaching football, and I was a defensive coordinator. But over that time, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about one of our prisoner games that we call Mix It. Okay, so subscribers, this will be an easy one. Non subscribers, that's really what I'm hoping you will push the button. Okay, excuse me. Over here are the key terms that'll help you understand it a little bit better. And then over here, I'm going to diagram up top one of our odd front examples, our base odd front, and down here, one of our even front examples. Okay. So first, the first key term is Mix It itself. It's a prisoner game. It has two penetrators and two loopers, one on each side. So hence first, second, same down here. Okay? The lucky Ringo goes to the rover. Okay, the rover's a part of the front here in both. When we're going to execute one of our prisoner games, there are 4 defenders involved, and that would include the rover because we only have 3 defensive linemen, right? 3, 4. So our rover is part of fronts, both in our odd look and even look. And when we want to run a prisoner game, there we go. Okay. So what we have basically, let me just cut to the chase. On the side of the rover, it's the Ugame. Ugame, right? So the defensive end to the call, so I have a Ringo example in both, so it's going to be the stud. He's going to stab B gap, right? I mean, he's going to penetrate vertically, get up the field. We call this in a passing situation, okay? And then versus pass, he'll loop for outside cage. And if he's got a chance for the sack, he takes it, okay? The rover, because he's a penetrator, he goes first. The rover goes second because he's the looper, right? And in that U game, he sells the hard step, tries to sell speed rush, and then he's going to loop butt side of the D end, and he's going to read the guard. He's going to go butt side. Okay? That's why the guard on both sides is in red, because the rover is going to read this guard, and as you'll see, the defensive end who's going second is going to read that guard. Okay? So we just tell him, you go B gap. Unless the guard's facing you, then you go A gap, right? Because you want to go butt side, right? Facing this way, you want to go butt side. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to get blocked. So they're running the U game. Okay? And all 4 guys execute Mix It first. So they execute the U on the rover side, me on the opposite side. And then if it's run, you react to the run. So as the defensive end stabbing B gap, he's not looping for outside cage because it's run, right? So that takes care of the rover side. They're executing the U. On the opposite side, the nose, right? He's first penetrator. He's going to stick B gap. Stick B. Then he's going to work, again, loop for outside cage if it's pass. If not, react to the run. Boom, done. Okay? Defensive end opposite the call. So Ringo, it's always the end, non-subscribers. He's doing the exact same thing as the rover. He is selling speed rush. Now he's looping behind the nose. Same thing. B gap unless. If the guard's facing you, get into A gap. That's the butt side. If he's not, take the B gap, right? And if it's run, react to the run. Boom, done. Okay, so what Mix It is we combine you and me. Woo! Okay, therefore making it a prisoner game. So we take 2 pistol games, combine them. That's how we end up with a prisoner game. Okay, so now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the U side, the rover side in green, and then I'll do the me side or the side opposite, nose and D end, in red. Okay, ball snapped. I'm sorry, for the sake of the presentation, all hi-hats, it's pass. Okay, sell it. And so now We'll say that the guard is facing him. So that'll put him up into the A gap. Okay? Here it is. Boom, done. Over here. Oops, sorry. The red. Snap the football. Stick B. Right? Through the inside of the tackle. Loop for outside cage. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. The stud here. Looping for outside cage unless they have a chance for the sack, right? Same thing for the nose. Well, the nose not as likely because he's working inside out, right? Defensive end, sell it. Let's say that the guard's there. So now, right, going butt side of the nose, he stays in his B gap, right? Because guard's butt's facing him. B gap unless. Guard's facing him. B gap unless. It's facing him. So that's why he's an A gap. Did that on purpose. Bah! So then down here, right, this is, I do this on purpose because this is our different starting point, same ending point, coaching point, okay? You're starting off in a different place, but you're going to end up in the same place. Starting off in a different place, ended up in the same. Starting off different, same. Starting off different, same, okay? So again, we're going green over here. Stab B, outside cage. We'll have the guard looking away. Sell the outside. B gap unless, right? There it is. Over here. Stick and B, outside cage. He's facing you, right? So now you're going butt side into the A gap. There is you and me combined to give us mix it. So big coaching points so you can run things out of multiple fronts. Personally, we teach everything out of this base odd front example. I mean, that's the one we run the most. But we have other odd fronts, okay? When you're going to, like we're doing now, run the same thing like mix it from a different look, a different front, that's what we teach. You have a different starting point, but you end up the same. Your assignment doesn't change. You're just starting from a different place. But it's huge to teach. I don't care what level you're talking about, meaning Division III college, Division I, guys on TV, high school, JV, freshman level football at the high school. I think you got to assume that's a big thing that needs to be emphasized. Okay, otherwise it's real easy for kids with all kinds of stuff going on to get confused and think their assignment changed when the reality is it didn't. It's just where you started is the only change. Okay? So as I said at the beginning to my subscribers, I said thank you. Non-subscribers, I hope I've done it, teased you into pushing that button. To everybody, reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com. Love to talk football with you. I want to thank you for watching MJS Coaching Football, and I want to thank YouTube for providing this platform.